Manchester United 2, Burnley 0. And yes, club football is finally back. The World Cup is over. And yes, it was a very good World Cup. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Great final between France and Argentina. But I am glad that club football is back. Man United are back. Most of our players are back. And we won today. It's been a long time. It's been a long while since I've done a video, a very long while. And I missed you guys and I hope you missed me. There's a lot to get into. It was a decent game. A lot has happened since I've done a video. A lot has happened. Cristiano Ronaldo gave that interview with Piers Morgan. He said a lot. I haven't really said anything. I haven't given my opinion on it yet. I don't think I will. I think I've said enough about Ronaldo. I don't think United should have bought him back to the club. And I'm glad the saga's over and we just need to move forward. But football is back. Club football's back. And yes, like I said, the World Cup was fun. But it's good to see Man United. The thing that impresses me about Casemiro is that he's actually two-footed. He uses both of his feet when he passes the ball. And he can float the ball in. He can fizz it in. And it's usually very precise. It's usually very... And Casemiro very smart at creating angles. If you're the defender and you're closing me down, I'm just going to create another angle to find a pass, right? And he's back to go, hold his man up, and then turn him. I keep saying this over and over again. The ability from that Martial, and it's not a special ability. Loads of strikers can do this, but it's still something that's very important to have. Hold the ball up. And not just hold the ball up and pass it backwards. Hold the ball up, hold your man up for a split second, and then get time and space or manage to then turn and face your defender. No defender wants that to happen. No defender wants, but what a goal. What a goal. What a goal. You got to give credit where credit's due. And the thing about that goal, he started in his own half. And like I said, the reason why he scored the goal is because his head was down all the time. He didn't look up and he had one mission. I'm going to go all the way. If you're not... Before we get into the game, because as usual, we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about what happened today and much more. Guys, if you're new to the channel, it's been a long time since I've done a video, guys. But if you're new to the channel, smash the like, turn on your notification. And if you haven't yet subscribed, do the damn thing. Do the damn thing, guys. Do it. Yeah, Man United. It's been a long time. We are back. Let's talk about the starting lineup like we do always. A lot of players, like I said, just came back from the World Cup. There's still some players missing. I think Maguire was injured or something. But I was surprised to see Casemiro start at centre-back instead of Scott McTominay. I would have switched Scott McTominay and Casemiro, because of course Casemiro is much better than Scott on the ball, off the ball. He's just a better footballer than Scott, period. And I would have put Casemiro in the midfield, but that's cool. That's what the manager decided to do. Martial started the game. I think it's important that Martial starts games. We need to get that guy fit. We need to get him up and running for the second half of the season. We need him for the second half of the season. He's been AWOL. He's been missing. Of course, he's been injured. But Martial now, he's probably going to get injured again, but he needs to look after his body and we need to look after him as well. We need to also protect him. So I'm glad Martial started. Surprised Rashford started, but at the same time, I'm not really that surprised. He played a little bit in the World Cup, but he didn't play that many minutes in the World Cup. And Garnacho started on the left. So it was quite a strong team. Scott McTominay, Eriksen, and Bruno made the midfield, and Elanga. Sorry, I don't know why I said Elanga. But we had a strong team, basically. We had a strong team, and because we had a strong team, I thought there is no way Burnley were going to beat us at Old Trafford, at home. Some of these guys have come back from the World Cup. They're fit, raring to go. There's no way that Burnley were going to beat us. And in general, the game was a quite comfortable game, even though... and we're going to talk about this, of course, even though Dubravka had a few moments here and there, We had a few scares, ball being cleared off the line. Weirdly enough, I didn't feel at any stage that Burnley were going to beat United. Not one stage. So yeah, Vincent Company, he's done well. He's done well with Burnley. Apparently, they haven't lost a match since August. So say what you want, this is a good Burnley side. We started off clumsily, sloppily. Within the first 2 minutes of the game, I think Bruno gave the ball away, and I was thinking, Bruno, first 2 minutes and you started already. Like, one thing I noticed with Bruno is that when he plays for Portugal, I'm one of Bruno's biggest critics. I am. I'm not gonna lie. But when he plays for Portugal, or at least in a World Cup, he gave the ball away less. I think in a World Cup football, international football, a lot of the times it's slower. So he's got more time in the ball, and Bruno's not very press resistant. So when he plays for Portugal, I'm not saying he plays amazingly well. He plays okay, but he's got more time in the ball. He looks slightly better. Sometimes when he plays for United, he just gives the ball away in ridiculous situations. And I think it's because he's not that press resistant. And international football generally it's slower. Plus, I think when he plays for Man United, he feels, because he's playing further forward, maybe he's playing number 10 role, he just feels like he needs to always through ball, triangle. He just, lob triangle, on the floor triangle, fizz triangle. He feels like he needs to be the guy to unlock the defense all the time. And he forces it a bit too much for me. In the first 2 minutes, he just played a crazy pass across the field and he went straight out. And I was thinking, come on, Bruno, you didn't need to do that. Why are you doing that? But at the same time, Bruno, a clock is right twice. Is that the phrase? And, he played Garnacho through within the first 8 minutes. And Garnacho's second touch, if you go back and watch that chance, I think his second touch was just crap. His second touch was so terrible. And his left foot finish was just non-existent, straight to the keeper. It was just comfortable. And I think Martial also put Garnacho through as well, about 10 minutes after that. But once again, Garnacho's first touch let him down. And as much as, Garnacho didn't play terrible today, we need to relax with the kid. I know a lot of us were getting excited when he played well in the game before we broke up for the World Cup, but he's still a kid. We need to relax. I still think he's very quick, but I need to look at his football fundamentals. I still need to look at his game, his touch, his control. Does he keep his head up? I want to look at all of these things, his passing range, his short pass, his long pass, his decision making. I'm still trying to figure him out as a footballer. So, yeah, I haven't seen enough. He's very electric, but let's see. He's young, and he will develop, and that's the thing. We just need to take time with him. But today wasn't one of his better days. Let's quickly talk about Casemiro passing the ball out from the back, passing the ball out from defence. Yes, I did think, and even now I probably do think that Casemiro perhaps should have played in midfield rather than defence. But the way that Casemiro was passing the ball out from defence, wow. Like, he is world class. He is a world class defensive midfielder. He went into the defence as the centre back position seamlessly. And the way his composure, the thing that impresses me about Casemiro is that he's actually two-footed. He uses both of his feet when he passes the ball, and he can float the ball in, he can fizz it in, and it's usually very precise. It's usually very accurate. I would go as far as to say he's one of the better passers of the ball in our team. He's a better passer of the ball than Bruno. I think Bruno just sometimes can be a bit more creative with his choice of pass. But then Casemiro can always find an angle. And Casemiro is very smart at creating angles. If you're defending, you're closing me down, I'm just going to create another angle to find a pass, right? And he's very good at doing that. I was really impressed by Casemiro today. The goal came around 26 minutes and it was a good goal. And even though I've criticized Bruno, and I will always criticize Bruno because I do not enjoy the way he plays football. I don't like the let's always try. And then one of the times I'm going to get it through. I don't like that type of football. I prefer more calculated. I prefer, that pass is not on. So I'm not going to try. Oh, that pass is not on. Let me rotate the pass. Or let me rotate the ball. Let me look up. Shit, no, I'm not going to make that pass. Rotate. I prefer that. I prefer the Man City, the Bernardo Silva sort of way, rather than every time you think the ball's on, you just try a triangle. You just do all these crazy passes and just force it. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that way of playing football. But Bruno came up with the goods. A nice pass to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who played on the right. There you go. And he cut it back for Eriksen. And once again, Eriksen was there. I think 7 goals and assists this season for Man United. Great goal. Great team goal. Those are the kind of goals I want to see Man United score. I don't want to see solo runs, even though the second goal was a solo run. I want to see cohesive goals where we play together, where we pass and move and the whole team gets involved. Those are the goals that we need to score, because those goals are easy. No one needs to break their sweat. No one needs to do anything crazy and do it in a solo run to score those goals. Everyone just needs to do the right thing. And then you score, So good goal. Dubravka, let's have a quick mention about Dubravka, because shortly after 10 minutes, I think Burnley had a corner, and that's when this guy decided to just lose his mind. Dubravka flapped at the corner, and that's when he started. We almost scored, the ball was cleared, and then shortly after, the ball rolled underneath his feet, and I thought to myself, he is crumbling. Please, Dubravka, do not crumble at the theatre of dreams. Not today, not right now, please. His confidence started to leave him, and you can tell he was nervous. He was nervous inside the theatre of dreams. But if you're a good footballing team, if you're a really good footballing team, you don't need a world-class goalkeeper. You just need a decent goalkeeper that does his job. That's it. So yeah, Dubravka, Tony played okay. Tony was linking the play as he always does. Some of his passes went astray, but some of his passes didn't. So he had an okay game. He had a decent shot around the 40th minute when the ball came into him. He controlled it very nicely. He turned his man, he shifted it onto his left, and he shot. And that's one thing that's very, very important. One thing that we didn't really get with Ronaldo, the ability to play with the back to goal, hold his man up, and then turn him. I keep saying this over and over again. The ability from that Martial, and it's not a special ability. Loads of strikers can do this, but it's still something that's very important to have. Hold the ball up. And not just hold the ball up and pass it backwards. Hold the ball up, hold your man off for a split second, and then get time and space or manage to then turn and face your defender. No defender wants that to happen. No defender wants, to play against you, and your back is I'm the defender, the back's to the defender. I don't want to see you run at me. It's not good, and that's how we scored. When Martial did that against Van Dijk, when we played against Liverpool, then he set Rashford through when Rashford scored. He does that a lot when he picks the ball up in the centre, and that's very, very dangerous, and we need more of that, because defenders don't know what to do. They really don't know what to do. But, it wasn't a goal, but that's just something that I spotted, that I realised that Martial continues to do well for us, and we need that more and more. Scott didn't have a great game. The first half fizzled out, and the second half started, and I wasn't impressed with Scott. Scott started the season well, but I said to everybody, yes, he started the season well, but you haven't seen... anybody who's seen Casemiro play for Real Madrid knows the levels and knows that even though Scott McTominay have playing well, and I agree, if someone's playing well, you do not take them out the team. You reward them for playing well. But as soon as Casemiro entered that team, as soon as Casemiro started for United, it was a wrap. It's a wrap. He's one of our best players, if not potentially our best player right now, Casemiro. Second half side, like I said, didn't start too well for us. And they were just... Do you know what? For the whole game, I felt that they were trying to injure. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking into it. But a few challenges flagged in on Martial. And maybe it's subconsciously because I know he's a glass man. He's a glass man. He's made of glass. He's always injured. And because I know that, anytime I see this guy on the floor, I'm just like, oh my God, Martial, be serious. Please, don't be injured. Wrap this guy in cotton wool. We have to, because we don't have Ronaldo now. So he's technically Well, Rashford, of course, can play up front, but I'm not a fan of Rashford playing as a striker. No way. We've seen it before. He can do it. I don't mind if he does it for the last 20 minutes when the team is tired and, when he's playing against a high line. Yes. When the ball goes off the top, yes. But when, like most teams, they sit back, we've seen it time and time again against low blocks, playing as a striker. He's no good. We need Martial up there. But yeah, we scored the second goal. Speaking of Rashford, he has improved. He has improved under Ten Hag. I think the whole team has improved. And if the whole team plays better, then he will play better because he's part of the team. And what a goal, though. What a goal, Rashford. The thing about Rashford's goal, right, is that he never looked up once. So the reason why he scored is also the same reason why I don't think he's that level. He's that great of a player. Because he always plays with his head down. You see Rashford always running into blind alleys all the time because he never looks up. Rashford just lacks a lot of footballing fundamentals. He's a good footballer, he is, but there's certain things that footballers should do fundamentally that Rashford doesn't do, like closing his eyes. He's got better at headering. He's improved his headering. Let's be honest, he has improved his headering. But a few years ago, he would be closing his eyes when he's headering and all these little things. I was like, listen, bro, you're 24 now. He's 23. You're getting older. You got to stop doing this crap. But what a goal. What a goal. What a goal. You got to give credit where credit's due. And the thing about that goal, he started in his own half. And like I said, the reason why he scored the goal is because his head was down all the time. He didn't look up and he had one mission. I'm going to go all the way. I mean, you don't need to look up to know what's happening around you. Like, you can still sort of feel your periphery. You can kind of look down and still, kind of feel. But I don't want, at not one point did he like look up to see what was going on. And that's a weakness of Rashford's. That's a weakness of Rashford. But in this instance, in this goal, it became a strength because he just dizzled and dazzled and wheezed his way. Great goal. Smashed it. Bottom right. That's what happens when he plays on the right. He can do stuff like that rather than when he plays on the left, always doing the same thing, which is cutting and shoot. So yeah, good goal by Rashford. Substitutions made. Anthony came on for Casemiro. Anthony came on for Garnacho. It's good to see Anthony on the pitch. We started to control the game. Second half just fizzled out. We controlled the game. We passed the ball around. Burnley had some counter-attacks. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I think, got back and made some clearances. I think the guy called Benson, or whatever his name is, on the right-hand side was causing trouble practically all game for Malaysia. But we handled that fairly well, I think. More subs came on. Shaw and Elengo came on for Martial and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And the game just fizzled out, guys. The game just kind of fizzled out in the second half. And that's fine. Reserve or preserve our energy and we go again. But good game. It was a good game. Oh, well, okay. That's a lie. I wouldn't say it's a good game. It was a decent game, but it was good to see United back playing football. Listen, like I said, I haven't done a video in a long time. There's so much that has happened. I haven't even mentioned the sale of the damn football club. There's so much we need to talk about, and I don't want to make this a long video, so I'm gonna stop now. But during, when I start doing more videos, when I start reacting to more matches, we're gonna start having other conversations. So we need to have other conversations. But at this moment of time, I'm just gonna react to the matches. But a lot is happening at Manchester United Football Club. A lot is happening. We could be sold. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about the sell? Because 1 minute I'm hearing people from the Middle East, and then I'm hearing American guys, and I'm like, so who's going to buy? So I need to read up. I need to look into that, find out who exactly is in the running to buy Man United. But a lot is going on. A lot is happening here. What did you guys think of the match? My man of the match. So yeah, that was a game. That was a game. My man of the match probably would be Casemiro. I think he was just sound. It was a very, very sound game today. Onwards and upwards. Our next game is, I think, Boxing Day. Club football's back. Argentina's won the World Cup. Messi's the GOAT. Ronaldo's going to go and play probably in the Middle East somewhere for 500 billion, zillion, trillion pounds a year. And the world is absolutely batshit crazy. The world is crazy, but we still love football. And that's what unites us. So yeah, football didn't come home, but Messi is the GOAT. There you have it, guys. Man United, decent performance. Yeah, let's go. Onwards and upwards. Smash the like, guys. Share this video. Turn on your notifications. Usually I have something behind me, but today it's just a black screen, so sorry. But yeah, peace out, and I'll see you guys next time. If you're not